What is up, my butter biscuits? In today's video, we're going to be talking about a 90-day fiance star, which, by the way, I just want to say, if you guys have been on my lives before, I mean, I know it's been about a year since I've even gone live, but y'all, I literally used to go live, just sit there and have my drinks and talk about 90-day fiance. Like, legit, it's like my favorite show. Just in case you guys didn't even know, too, I almost was on that show. I literally, like, did the whole processing and everything for it, but then, luckily, I didn't end up getting married, because, ooh, that would have been a disaster. But yeah, that's how much I like the show that I literally went in for the casting and everything for that. Anyways, y'all, we're going to be talking about one of the stars of the show. Her name is Tiffany Franco. If you guys don't recognize who she is, or if you guys don't watch the show, you're probably not going to recognize who she is. She's been on multiple versions of 90 Day Fiance, though. She's on like Single Life right now. And she was on the regular 90 Day Fiance, or the 90 Day the Other Way. Is that what it's called? She actually met a man in South Africa, and they got married, and they had a baby together, and now they're in the process of like getting a divorce. But she's also been in like 90 Day Quarantine as well, too. Just multiple 90 Day spin-off shows as well. And y'all, she is coming out with her own makeup line, or she came out with her own makeup line. And she even states within the show that she is a makeup artist. And I just want to say, y'all, you guys have been tagging me in this and DMing me in this for a while now. And I'm being honest with you guys, before we even get into this, like, I literally thought this was a typo. I thought it was a mistake. And I've put off making this video for about a week now. And I'm like, okay, the pricing of this is not changing. Because, y'all, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of her full online on her website and everything. But let me just tell you guys right off the bat, the whole reason why I'm making this video is she has a 4-pan eyeshadow palette for $100. 4-pan eyeshadow palette for $100, and I'm just kind of like, girl, I am like blown away by this, because not even Pat McGrath charges that much, and y'all know Pat McGrath is just like the bomb, you know what I mean? And on top of that too, like, look, I'm not trying to justify high pricing here, but it does make a little bit more sense for somebody like Pat McGrath, who has been in the industry for like, what, 30 years, to charge that much, because obviously she has paid her time. You know what I'm saying? She's paid her dues to the beauty industry. And if she wants to charge a little bit more because obviously she knows her worth, then all right, then I totally get that. But somebody who's on a 90 Day Fiance show, which, don't get me wrong, I love that show. And I actually like her on the show as well, too. I feel like, oh my God, please tell me why her son specifically. I think he's like 12 years old. And I'm like, why do I want him to be my therapist? Like, he is literally just so smart and so, like, I don't know, in tune with the things that he says. And he's so, like, he articulates everything so well. I'm just kind of like, oh my God, he'd be giving his mom advice that someone way older would give. Like, if you guys watch the show, you guys know what I'm talking about. So I actually really do like her on the show, but I'm sorry, but this is just, it's a hell to the no right off the jump, because I'm like, what's going on here, charging $100 for 4-pan eyeshadow palette? Like, I just don't get it. And honestly, before we get into this video of going over the listing of the products, because this is kind of like a my thoughts and opinions video about her collection, I want to tell you guys, in my personal opinion, and this is obviously just speculation, I really do feel like her whole entire line is private labeled. I'm getting those vibes. I could totally be wrong, but everything literally looks private labeled, and then just she just has her logo printed on it. Everything doesn't, or I'm sorry, nothing looks like custom. Do you know what I mean? It all looks like stuff that you can get off of Alibaba and just have your name printed on it. So that's why I'm just kind of like, is she just doing a money grab here? Like, I don't know. I just don't understand it. And I honestly was giving her the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm waiting for like a week now, because I'm like, nah, this is a typo. I don't want to go out there and make a video and be like, this girl is crazy charging this much. Like, if it's just a typo, like, what if it was just an honest mistake? You know what I mean? But it's been a week now, or probably even over a week now, and the pricing has not changed, and she is charging $100 for a palette, 4 eyeshadows. It's just, it blows my mind. Within today's video, I'm going to explain why I thought it was a typo, because there are some other, you know, similar products that are listed for way cheaper, but clearly this ain't changing. So we're going to be talking about her full line within today's video. I don't know if you guys watch 90 Day Fiance. Let me know down below if you do. That's literally like my favorite show. I don't know why, for some reason, I'm like really liking the Single Life, but oh my gosh, can we talk about Angela? Wait, is it Angela or Angie? The older lady who's with, an African man, Michael, and they've been on the show for years and years and years now, but oh, she's cuckoo. Like, I've been watching her on this newer season. I'm like, oh my God, y'all, like, I don't know how Michael could deal with her. Like, she's all breaking apart his car, pulling off his bumper, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if you guys are keeping up with this new season of Single Life, but it's a mess, y'all. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about that within today's video. Make sure you guys click the link in my description box down below to head over to my second channel and subscribe to my second channel. That's my travel channel with my brother, and I'm just so excited that we have like so many good videos coming up, y'all. Like, we finally got past the whole Disney vlog session, which I feel like has taken forever. I think I made like 5 Disney videos, because I went to Universal Orlando. Well, Universal Orlando as well too, but then also all of the, all Disney World parks, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, all that. And y'all, them videos are tragic, but you know, I had to start somewhere. So I'm so excited for those to finally be out the way so all the good videos can start rolling in now. So make sure you guys head over there, subscribe, give those videos a like. I would really appreciate that. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up as well too. And let's go to get into it. So this is what her website looks like right here. Addie Rose Cosmetics. She Can and Rosy Posy out now, which are two other eyeshadow palettes that we will be talking about. But if I'm being honest with you guys, I feel like her website is just it's a little bit janky, but I get it. Everyone has to start somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But I would be a little bit more, I wouldn't even comment on it, to be honest with you guys, if she wasn't charging $100 for an eyeshadow palette. But before we get into that actual palette and go over to the color story and everything of it, and I'll explain to you why I'm like, this has to be a typo, let's talk about the other products that she has on her website. So she does have some highlighters, which I do want to say, if I'm being honest with you guys, when I first looked at these highlighters, I was just kind of like, okay, let's keep it real. Like, the packaging itself does look like it is private label. It looks like she kind of just had her name printed on it. You know what I'm saying? But actually looking at the highlights themselves, they're really pretty, and I love the multi-dimension of them. They retail for $25, which I still do also want to say, I feel like you could probably get these on like Alibaba, to be honest with you guys, but $25 is really, really expensive. But some of the shades really do look beautiful. They look like they have a nice shine to them, and the shades actually look really, really nice. But $25 is still, in my opinion, y'all, and maybe it's just because I don't really go like all highlight out like that, you know what I'm saying? $25 is kind of a lot to me, because I feel like you can head over to ColourPop and get a really good highlighter for like under $10. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm like a little bit thrown off by this, that I'm like, y'all, this is a little bit pricey. Although I will say, I could understand how this would be a little bit more pricey than the palette. And on top of that too, this does look like it is in a plastic compact. And then you do have the multi-dimension of it. So there is somewhere down the line, whether she paid for it or someone else, there is some custom, stamping into that, which does cost a little bit more. So I could understand this being a little bit more pricey, unlike the eyeshadow palettes, which we will get into in a second. But before we get into the eyeshadow palettes, I want to go ahead and talk about the other products on the list here. So she does also have a limited edition Addie Rose brush set, which retails for $50. And once again, if you guys, okay, I know I probably sound shady, but literally head over to Alibaba.com and type in brush set. This looks like the type of brush sets that you can get on Alibaba for like, you could order like 1,000 of them for like $500. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, everything looks a little bit cheap. And then just have your, also on Alibaba, if I didn't mention earlier, you can actually, say for example, purchase something and you could have your logo printed on it for an additional fee. So that's why I'm kind of like, did she get these from Alibaba? Because everything just looks, I don't know, a little bit generic. Do you know what I mean? But this is the brush set right here, which retails for $50, which I still do think is pretty pricey, because you guys can literally even head over to Amazon and find something very similar to this for much more affordable. So I don't know. And y'all know I always say time and time again, I feel like, I think it's just me, no matter what the brand is. I recently said this within the Kylie Cosmetics Wizard of Oz collection. Like, I feel like Kylie Cosmetics does have some pretty decent quality products, but even seeing those brushes, I'm like, they just look cheap to me. Like, any type of colored brushes, I don't know why. It's just my brain, I feel like looks cheap. So this to me looks cheap. I would never in my life spend $50 for this brush set right here. Especially only because I know about private labeling, and I know that you can head over to Alibaba and like purchase a mass amount of these. Say for example, even if you, I don't know, obviously the whole full, listing of Alibaba, but I do believe that you could even buy like 100 of them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you want to pass them out for holiday sets, or maybe if you want to like split the cost with your friends or something, you know what I mean? Like, you can get these for really, really cheap. So that's why I'm like, girl, no, way too much. If you want to buy individual blending brushes, she does have those for $11.99 as well too. So you see what I'm saying here? Everything about her listing, it kind of seems like it is a little bit more on the higher end pricing for what you're getting, because obviously this does look like cheap quality stuff, but it's not too insanely priced. It's not like crazy until we get into the palettes, y'all. Like, I just don't get it. So we're going to specifically be talking about this Pinky Winky palette, which is a 4-pan eyeshadow palette for $100. And this is what it looks like right here. And honestly, I think the color story is cute, but is it worth $100? Absolutely not. Hell to the no. And honestly, y'all, I literally was like trying to read everything about this, because I was like, oh, maybe this comes with like a customized like video, or maybe it comes with like a autograph, or like, I don't know, like it had to come with something, but this is literally what it says right here in the description box. Yes, darling, a stunning simple pink palette, 2 matte shades and 2 shimmering shades, lightweight eyeshadows that can be used wet or dry, last 2 palettes available. Now, this is the thing though, for the past week, it's been saying last 2 pallets available. So that's where I'm just kind of like, is she trying to capitalize off the fact that there's only 2 left? Maybe she can't afford a restock and she needs to charge so much for these to like buy a restock. I really don't know, because this doesn't have anything special to it but just 4 eyeshadows. And honestly, y'all, like, just keeping it real, like looking at all of the like pictures of the actual palette, this really does look private labeled. It looks like something that would cost probably like $5. It's just really, really cheap looking. I think the colors are cute, don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of like, why is it $100? I just really don't understand it. But this is why I was giving her the benefit of the doubt here, and I was saying like, no, like this has to be a typo, because she actually does have a set which is called the Pinky Winky bundle for $47, okay? This is why I put off making this video, because I was like, low-key, y'all, I was just flabbergasted. I'm like, no, 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 no. This has to be a mistake. She had to have made a mistake. But like I said, it's been over a week now. You would think that she would change the price of that palette. Do you know? Because this is what the bundle is right here. The Pinky Winky bundle yet again, which is $47. It says 1 blending brush, 1 flat eyeshadow brush, and 1 Pinky Winky palette for $47. And this actually says sold out. So it would make a little bit more sense as to why the palette itself says last 2 available. So I'm like, okay, did she notice that she was getting some traction with this bundle right here, that you get 2 eyeshadow brushes as well as the eyeshadow palette for $47, and then is she trying to just do a cash grab and like fish to see who will pay $100 for these other 2 palettes? That's kind of what I'm thinking, because I'm like, how are you gonna go and charge $47 for just the how are you gonna go and charge $47 for 2 brushes as well as the eyeshadow palette, but then charge $100 just for the palette? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It like literally blows my mind. But then she also does have these other palettes right here. For example, this one called Rosy Posy, which is a 4-pan eyeshadow palette as well too, but it's retailing for $32.50. So even though to me that is still a little bit more up there with the pricing, only because y'all, once again, head over to ColourPop. Like, literally head over to ColourPop. We all know that ColourPop's quality is really good. It's really affordable. You could get a 4-pan eyeshadow palette from ColourPop for probably $10. Do you know what I mean? And that's good quality. So why would you get something like this for $32.50? Like, I just don't get it. I understand, even if you are like a really big fan of hers on the show and you want to support her, like, I get that, but I also do feel like this is a ripoff, honestly, because looking at these palettes right here, it's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't look really custom. It just looks like it was just her name slapped on it and let me sell it. Once again though, like this color story for the Rosy Posy, if we're actually talking about the color story, I feel like it is a cute color story. Like, the colors look good together, you know? You got your 2 mattes there, your 2 shimmers, and they are really pretty shades. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like it's just way too overpriced, you know, for what you're getting here. Especially only because I know, like I said, literally head to like Alibaba or like any private label company, like, you can get these things for so affordable. So it does feel like it is a ripoff. It does feel like it is a cash grab, and I think that that's not the right way to go about things, even if you do have any type of notoriety just from being on the show. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, y'all know, I said time and time again, like, for the longest time, y'all, I want to come out with like buttery biscuit merch, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, I looked into the costing of everything and I really want hoodies, because I love hoodies. Like, I will wear the hell out of a hoodie, especially during hoodie season. But I was looking into it and I'm like, damn, for the quality I want, I would literally have to charge like $55 for a hoodie, and I'm like, no, because I don't pay $55 for a hoodie, so I'm not going to try to charge you guys $55 for a hoodie. Like, I would feel comfortable charging like maybe $30. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I overthink things too much. But when I see things like this, I just feel like it's a cash grab. I feel like it's just a reach. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, this is what it says in the description box if you guys are interested in spending $32.50 on a 4-pan eyeshadow palette. The Rosy Posy has timeless range of warm toned mauves with a touch of sparkle. Create an infinite range of looks from lighter to darker and sparkly to matte. I don't know, everything just feels a little bit generic to me, if I'm being honest with you guys. And then we have the last palette, which is the last product on her listing, is the She Can palette, which retails for $32.50. And this is the color story of that. Once again, I think the color story is cute. You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna spend $32.50 on it? Absolutely not. But the color story is cute. Like, the colors make sense. This one has 3 shimmers and 1 matte right here, and it says, stunning and easy to use neutral brown palette with a touch of drama. This beautiful palette is perfect for any complexion, perfect for daytime and evening looks. Pop some of the bronze glitter on the lid to amp up this look. And that is it for $32.50. So that is it for her full line right there. I want to say, like, watching the show and stuff like that, like, I really do like her. And I do like that she is taking advantage of the show. And she, if you guys have watched the new Single Life, you'll see inside her house, she actually has, like, a wall that's literally, like, all set up that says, like, Addie Rose Cosmetics on there. And she's taking advantage of the show and she is marketing. I just feel like this is not the way to go about it with these pricings right here. Like, maybe if it was all fully custom, then okay, maybe I could understand the pricing on it. Kind of, even then, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, even for example, look at, like, Jeffree Star Cosmetics. You guys see the palettes that he comes out with, like, those are costly, as well as they're like 18 pan eyeshadow palettes. Not only is the quality there, but then you're also thinking about the component is expensive as well too, and he'd be charging like $50 for a palette. So imagine spending $32 for a palette that you're not even really getting a good component in, and you're only getting 4 eyeshadows. Do you know what I mean? I start thinking about things that way, and I'm just kind of like, okay, like, this just feels like a ripoff. It just feels like a cash grab. And even though I like her on the show, I will 100% not be supporting this brand, like, at all. Like I don't know, these prices are just crazy to me. And then also, like, I just really do feel like the whole $100 palette, like, I'm sorry, y'all, but correct me if I'm wrong. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you feel like I'm wrong. But I feel like the whole, oh, the last 2 available and then charging $100 for it is really just trying to rip people off, like, big time. Like, I don't know who's going to spend $100 on that. Especially when you can clearly see right above that, you can get a bundle with 2 eyeshadow brushes as well as the eyeshadow palette for $47. So it's just like, it just screams ripoff. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, that are my thoughts and opinions, or those are my thoughts and opinions on the Addie Rose cosmetic line by Tiffany Franco from the 90 Day Fiancé show. I love that show. I like you, girl, if you're watching this video, but I just, I'm not going to be supporting this brand because, oh, it's a little bit too expensive for me. And I just feel like ColourPop, y'all, every single time when I do a video like this, I'm like, ColourPop, literally go to ColourPop because you can get all these same color stories and, like, for a fraction of the cost. And on top of that too, you know the quality's good. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.